Berry fairy Jerry. God, look at all the fingerprints on your phone.
All the fingerprints on my phone.
God, Z, why do you have a beanie on? It's 80 degrees out there. Why do you have a beanie on?
It's cold in the house, and it's cold in the house.
Yeah, it's cold in the house. See, that's the only winter you see, Z.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I'm sure I'm gonna have to pack some cold weather clothing when I come up there next month.
Maybe we'll see how it's looking.
Maybe. Well, I don't think anybody's gonna be complaining about the beanie look. So I can't remember the last time I saw you wear a beanie.
Maybe about the logo.
Yeah.
All I see is Z. You have a bigger nose than that bird has. Guys, don't say. Oh my god! Oh my god! What's it like still being on delivered, Z?
There it is.
Oh man!
I'm not gonna go any farther with that.
That's what happens when you were on the Who Are These Guys podcast, episode 10. You get roasted. That's what happens. So,
and
episode 10.
We're on episode 10.
Episode 10. 10 episodes in. We are 47 subs in. We are 3 subscribers away from 50.
Yeah, and every time I put on my Instagram stories, 300 people look at it, and we gain no more followers.
Well, that's exactly why we will be doing a video in the future about how to know who's a joke. So that's exactly why we will be doing that. But anyway, Z, how has your week been? It is Friday. So how's your week been?
It's not Friday, and it's Thursday.
Well, by the time this goes up, it'll be Friday.
Yeah, well. Anyways, I mean, the week's been good. I worked at Disney today. I worked 3 straight days. I worked like 50 hours last week, as I said on our last podcast. We've been working hard. We've been trying our best because Anne's going to be coming down here soon. And I'm going to be having some time off, and then I'll be going up there having some time off. So, been working a lot, saving up to get our own place. Feeling good.
Why don't you tell the story about what happened last night?
What, the airport?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got off at the Marriott at 11:30 last night, right? And I call Nate after I get off because Annette was landing at like 12:30, or at least she said 12:30. So I got to my car at what, and like midnight, like 12 o'clock. Yeah. And so then I drove to the airport, and I probably got to the airport at like 12:30 ish, and then I had no message. So I go. Yeah. So I stop at the gas station, and then I'm in the gas station for probably like 15 minutes walking around, and I get corn nuts, Powerade, and a cosmic brownie. And then I get back in the car, still no message on it if she landed, and then eventually she did, and I picked her up at like 1:45,
and you had to be up at 7:50.
and I had to be up by like 7:30 because I had work today at 8:30 or like 9, so I had to wake up. Well, I woke up at 8, but regardless, we get home at 2:30. I have to be up by 8, and just the second we go inside, and it just, I mean, I'd rather just chop my head off. I mean, let's just put it that way.
Absolutely fantastic. Why don't you go a little bit more in depth as to why?
Well, Annette decided to start watering the plants at 2:30 in the morning.
That were already dead, that Z did not take care of.
I was not told to. Start watering the plants at 2:30 in the morning, and freaking Martinez is outside with her running around. Tito.
Yeah.
Remember, he has like 800 nicknames. and he's outside, like going to the bathroom and stuff, but he loves when Annette turns on the hose and now Annette's spraying him with it at 2:30 in the morning.
Guys barking.
Yeah, and he's barking up a storm at 2:30 and 2:30.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And I just went upstairs. I just went upstairs.
Absolutely fantastic on all ends.
I mean, you just can't ride it.
No, you can't. I just don't understand why she has to spray Barry at 2:30 in the morning.
2:30 in the morning.
And then he comes in all muddy.
Yeah. Yeah, and now he comes in and he's like and he's shaking off the water and his paws are full of mud and I'm just like, here we go.
Yep.
Oh, what a
You
horrific
kept
end
that
of the
Kyle's
night.
clean, Z.
What a horrific end of the night, then.
No. I have the text messages that you said it might be the worst night of your life.
Well, it's up there, so.
How tired do you feel?
I feel pretty tired, because I think I got to bed at 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep. And then so I probably got like 5 hours of sleep, and then I had to wake up, go to work. And now here we are at 7:30 right now, and we're doing a podcast. So doing it for you guys. We love you guys, and hopefully you don't hear it in my voice because I would love just to stick a knife down my throat.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Z, how bad is the living condition?
Well, and I'm gonna say it's a 1 because I got a roof over my head. We have food and water. I can shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here he comes saying I don't shower. I don't brush my teeth.
Yeah. Never forget, this guy never showered at night after going to the parks and being all sweaty. He would just jump right in bed.
That used to be me. I will admit it. That's not me anymore. And people change. People change.
Thank God. That was absolutely terrifying. Having to freaking go to bed smelling that stench.
Well, if you guys are concerned, that's not me anymore. So,
yeah. Z has changed for the better, thankfully.
Yeah. Well, I'm healthy and feeling good.
Yeah. How were the chicken nuggets for lunch?
Yeah.
Well, how was the burger and fries yesterday?
Nothing wrong with putting on some calories.
How was the brownie?
Yeah. Hasn't been the best 2 days.
Every day's a cheat day, Z.
Yeah. And I'm just putting on some calories. God. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah, just calories. That's it. That's it. Take away the fat and everything like that that's in there. All the sugars. Yep. But anyway, guys, episode 10. We'll get it going here. Speaking of, Z had an absolute nightmare. Z had an absolute nightmare last night. But speaking of the parks, as you see, we are going to be talking about Universal and Disney again. So probably be the last time that we talk about Universal and Disney on this channel. But it's something that we go to yearly, and we figured we'd do a show where we're going to do the top 5 best and worst things at Universal and Disney.
Yeah.
And that can be from rides, it can be from the environment, it can be from people working there, it can be food, it can be beverages, it can be guests, it can be service, it can be resorts, it can really be anything of that kind of nature.
Right.
So that's what we're talking about. We think we thought we'd have a little bit of fun with it and kind of make our own list. So
yeah, so pretty much we're helping you guys, based off like what you should kind of pinpoint on doing and what you should just 100% avoid. Then don't be a degenerate.
Yep. So, do you want to start with Universal or Disney?
I think we start with Universal then.
All right. So we'll start with our do worst or best first.
I think the audience definitely wants to hear the best come first.
All right. So for Universal, we are going to start off with the top 5 best things in our opinion at Universal, and this goes for Volcano Bay, Universal Studios, Islands, or any of that. So, Z, do you want to kick us off?
Sure. Yeah. So I used to, if you guys don't know, I used to work at, well, not at, but I used to work for Universal because I used to work at Volcano Bay, and I worked there for like 4 years. So, you know, I feel like I'm pretty experienced on what Universal offers and how many times we've been there. I came up with my top 5 in, and you know, let me see. Should I just kind of just throw all top 5, or should I just go one at a time? You know?
Well, we're gonna go one at a time.
Okay, right. So not in any specific order. Not order. This isn't like the number one thing to do. But top 5 to me to do at Universal. If I'm going there on a vacation, this is something that I will write down in my agenda to get done. Right.
Right.
The first thing, again, based on the time of the year, I mean, I got to put Horror Nights in there. Nights in there.
Yep.
Horror Nights has to go in there, especially based on our age, based on, you know, the amount of times we've gone, who we go with. We have a great time. There's alcohol involved. There's all sorts of things involved. I don't really need to go into what Horror Nights offers because we've talked about it before. Actually, a couple years ago, I did it one time. I performed in it. And
he did. He didn't have to wear a costume. He was scary enough.
And there it is.
Z's the horror, folks. Z is the horror.
I mean, Ennis said that joke about 800 times.
Yeah, 800 times, right.
But yeah, I used to do it, and like it was cool. I don't know if I'd ever do it again, maybe. But yeah, I used to perform in it. But yeah, no, I think Horror Nights would 100%. I don't think it's even debatable be in the top 5.
It's definitely not debatable.
Right. Do you want to throw your first one, or do you want me to keep going?
Keep going.
All right. Number 2, this is something that, and I'm almost certain he's not going to put on his list because he's never done it before. But I've done it like twice. And every time I do it, and every time I see videos, it's hilarious. And that's the raptor encounter.
I've seen people do it.
Yeah. That's the raptor encounter.
All it is you're getting your picture taken with a robotic dinosaur.
Well, in case you guys pretty much don't know what it is, it's just like one of the velociraptors from the Jurassic World movie. And it looks like super real. And you just walk into its exhibit, I guess, with like a pretend to be trainer, and like the raptor like gets in your face and starts breathing. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I've done it a couple times. But like I said, every time I go there with Nate, like he doesn't really ever want to do it, so we don't really take the time to. But I definitely put that in my top 5 because that's if you want to talk about like picture quality or like a memory, that would probably be funny. Raptor encounters could be in there in the top 5. Number three, maybe another thing that N does not have on his list, but I put the water rides.
Well, I can't because I've never been on them.
Right. I'm not talking about the rides at Volcano Bay. I'm talking about freaking Dudley's and what was the other one called?
Popeyes.
Popeyes. Yeah.
Yeah, Popeyes.
Yeah, not that I like necessarily enjoy getting soaking wet, but like the amount of times I've been on it, like it's one of those water rides where like you get so soaked, it's like funny. You know what I mean? What's this guy doing? What's this guy doing?
No, I'm listening to your list, Z. I'm listening to your list.
I think it just like, I mean, I've been on the water rides with so like, you know, a bunch of people, and it's just fun, man. It's just fun. Obviously, I prefer to wear the right attire to go on it. I wouldn't go on it with my Converse and, you know, khaki shorts. But, you know, I think the water rides at Universal just take an absolute freaking diarrhea Sunday on
Oh man,
I think they take a diarrhea Sunday on the ones at Disney, the water rides. Number four. This is, I put something that's pretty generic, because I didn't really know which specific one to put in there. But anybody who's going to Universal is probably going for this reason, and I put all the roller coasters.
That's fine. That's fine.
All the roller coasters. I don't need to go into. You guys probably know what they are. But I think if you're going there, you're probably going on those rides. And if you're not, and we know who it is, We'll see if she gets on it come 2 weeks.
Yeah, come 2 weeks. Come next week. Come next week.
That's Nate's girlfriend. She didn't go on it last time.
No. But she did go on a handful of other things. So she went on Rock and Roll and Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
No, that's not Universal, but still.
Yeah. So yeah, I go all the roller coasters. I think that's a pretty generic answer, but I think that's the right answer. And lastly, I'm actually changing it up a little bit. No rides, no experiences, no pictures, no videos, none of that. I'm going to the other side. I'm going to the food and beverage side. And you probably know where I'm going with this.
Okay.
And that is 100% the butterbeer. I mean,
Finnegan's.
Yeah, Finnegan's. So I put like butterbeer / the Waturi Fusion, which is that ice cream from Volcano Bay. Yeah. It's like a swirl that's different colors that have like 18, like not 18, but like 6 different flavors in it.
Yeah, 18 flavors.
Yeah. So I put the butterbeer and Waturi Fusion because like every time Ann and I go, we get it because we love it. Some people we go with actually don't like it at all, which we think they're crazy. But I think it's always worth the time to get those 2 items. So to me, that's my top 5. Let me know what you guys think. And what do you think?
Well, see, those are all reasonable. There's all reasonable top 5. You can give a reason behind all those as to why they should make the cut. For the most part, you do not have the same list as me, though.
Yeah. Well, I know obviously N's going to put some Volcano Bay stuff in there, but I don't know. I wanted to keep that out because I know he's going to put in a lot in his list.
Yeah. Well, Volcano Bay is not my list.
No, never mind.
All right. So number 1. Now again, this is not a specific order, but I do have Halloween Horror Nights HHN on mine.
Yep.
HHN is a great experience. We have talked about on a previous episode. But for Halloween time, September, October, whenever they start it, it's just a fantastic time all around. So HHN is something where if you're going to Universal in September or October, you got to go. Fantastic time. By the way, Annette thought Michael Myers was Jason.
We were waiting in line for the Halloween house, and on like they was projecting on like the side of the building, like I think scenes from the Halloween movie.
Yeah, it was just trailer.
Yeah, the trailer, and Annette, my mom, when Michael Myers was showing and it was doing the dun 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 dun, right? Yeah. And Michael Myers was showed in the trailer, and Annette goes, "Oh, Jason!" and I think, did I say something again? Like, did I look at you and I'm like, Jason?
Yeah, you turned around. Dude,
it's embarrassing.
It's an all-time low. It's an all-time low.
It's embarrassing. Oh man.
Add that to Annette's list of all-time lows, Z.
There's a lot of them.
Oh my god. The list is crowded.
we can make a whole freaking video just based on her all-time low list.
Oh, absolutely good. Absolutely. But we don't have time for that, but still, nonetheless, it was a hilarious moment. Number 2, I have Hogwarts. I have Hogwarts at number 2 on my list.
Just Hogwarts?
Just Hogwarts. Yeah. What's wrong with it?
You're fine, man. Keep going.
What are you smiling about?
I'm waiting.
Your nose is hitting the freaking filter.
Here we go. I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting. Go ahead and explain.
Oh my god. All right, so I got Hogwarts at 2 just because I'm not like a big Harry Potter fan, but it's like a great rendition of what Hogwarts is, and butterbeer. I'm kind of including that in it just because like when you're in Hogwarts area, like all that's there. But and then Hagrid's a part of that. But I think just the look of everything and kind of the how good of a job they do at making that what it is. I think it's definitely a spectacle to see when you're at Universal.
Can you name every single movie in?
Let's see. So you got Harry Potter, right? Isn't that just the first one? Just Harry Potter and
yeah, just Harry Potter.
Is there a name to the first one?
Of course, and
Is it the Sorcerer's Stone?
that's one.
Okay. You got the Prisoner of Azkaban.
That's the third one.
That's the third one. I can't say the order. You got Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone, Azkaban.
I mean, this is bad.
I think that might be it.
Chamber of Secrets.
Chamber of Secrets. I knew that one.
Goblet of Fire.
Forgot about that one. Oh, and then something with the Phoenix, right?
Order of the Phoenix.
Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever. All right, keep going then.
See, I've said I'm not really a big fan of it, so, but I appreciate Hogwarts for what it is. So that's number 2.
All right.
Number 3. This is something you did not have. I said the atmosphere of Universal. I think what I mean by the atmosphere of Universal, it's not. It's more laid back. It's more mature. And it's not like all the giddy, Tiny Timmy, type feel. It's more adult-like. It's more easygoing. And that's kind of, I don't know. I kind of appreciate that aspect of it. Number 4, I'm saying the rides that, like what Z said, I think when you really cultivate the rides, it's great really all around. You have on Universal side, you got the Mummy, you got Rip Ride. Men in Black is horrendous, so we're not even counting Men in Black.
We're gonna piss some people off.
Yeah, we are. Men in Black is ass. Don't care what anybody says. We got on the other side, you got Hulk, which is great. Velocicoaster's great. Hagrid's. I still enjoy Spider-Man. I still enjoy it for what it is. You got Jurassic Park Water Ride, which is kind of fun for what it is. So the rides are kind of a thing in the sense of like
Gringotts.
Yeah, Gringotts is great as well on the Universal Studio side. So those are just, to me, it's like you can't really go wrong with any of those. Like they're all like, you have a few that are like really top tier, and even the others that aren't really quite there, like they're still just really fun, enjoyable. Yeah. So the rides are a home run at Universal, and ending it off, I'm saying you have variety. I like Universal because you have variety. It's not just one specific thing that you're going to. You can go to Volcano Bay, which is a whole different vibe, whole different feel to it, whole different atmosphere. You're going to keep yourself busy there all day. At both sides of Universal, you can get everything done in a day there, and you have City Walk. So you really have a handful of things to do there, yet it's not like you got Volcano Bay here and then you got to go a freaking half hour to the other park. Like everything's kind of in its own vicinity. And I appreciate that. And I just like that you can go to Universal if you just want to hang out, City Walk, get something to eat, whatever it is. Or if you want to go to the actual parks, you're getting a little something different. So that's my 5.
Well, and obviously went a little bit different with it, just kind of describing what the parks feel like. I kind of more just went for some experiences alone and went with both. But so that is kind of with our top 5. And would you like to kick us off with the bottom 5?
Sure. So now this isn't an order. I think Z and I have a number 1 in mind, and we will save that for last. So for the top 5 worst things, Universal. Now again, Universal's not it's not perfect, right? Not perfect, but
far from it.
Far from it. But I'm saying saying the Simpsons area, number 1. The Simpsons area, Krusty Land is just an absolute waste of time. You can get that out of there and put something else in there that really could be worthwhile.
I couldn't agree more.
Who cares about Krusty Land? God. My second one, I'm saying Dr. Seuss area. Again,
I disagree.
Well, I think for the kids, fine, but I think you can really upgrade it. Dr. Seuss has been there for years and years and years and years, and I think there's something that you can modernize it. You can upgrade it with something else. Maybe you can add a little bit more to it than what it is. So I'm going Dr. Seuss number 2.
All right.
Number 3, we're going the line for Hagrid's. The line for Hagrid's is absolutely horrendous. And when you go to the other rides, it's not saying that you don't have to wait, but the Hagrid's line every time is like 2+ hours. and it's Hagrid's is a Hogwarts Harry Potter, call it. A lot of fun, but the line's an atrocity. Number 4, we're going the workers. The workers at Universal are ass, specifically Volcano Bay. They are bland behind Z.
Yes, they are, and
they used to be the life of the park sometimes.
Yeah.
They used to be that, Z. So Z can attest to that. I'm saying the workers just because there's a lot of blandness, there's no life, there's no excitement, nothing to get your blood going on that. And number 5, last but not least, the absolute worst thing at Universal is Louis. Louis is their pizza place there at Universal, and
it's
it
awful.
is some of the worst pizza you will ever have in your life.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, it's just awful.
It's. I mean, Ed and I made a pizza review on it, and it's really bad. So,
it didn't even hit the 5s.
Yeah. So, obviously I'm going to hop into my bottom 5 as well. I had a couple things on there that were along the line with Nate. I put honorable mention as the guest service. I think guest service at Universal is poor. Yeah. I'm not going to talk badly about it because I used to work there, and a lot of my good friends work for Universal. So to you guys, I still love you guys, and I know you guys do a good job. But you guys also do know a lot of people that you work with yourself have ruined the culture at Volcano Bay. I'm not going to get into this because I can go on for hours, right? Dave.
Yep, Dave. Yep. Hopefully he's watching.
Yeah. Ruined the culture at Volcano Bay. There's no energy from the lifeguards. We go up to the top of the volcano. Everyone's having a good time, and they're sitting there on the controls like this. Next.
Yep.
Like, really?
Yep.
Really? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yep.
And that's what happens when you have poor leadership.
Yeah.
But again, not everybody is like that. Universal, of course, there's some, especially people that I know that do a great job. They love doing their job wherever they're at. So for you guys who are watching it and enjoy working there, credit to you guys. At least you keep the culture alive. But if I get to my bottom 5, number 1 right off the bat, Louis.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just we have a lot of stories behind Louis. Where we saw it for Mardi Gras one night, and it was bumping.
It was the busiest it will ever be.
Oh, dude, neck to neck. I mean, just
people are coming out with pies and
line out the door. But the food itself, it's god awful.
It's bad.
It's really bad. So avoid at all cost. I know you guys might like pizza. Avoid.
Yep.
Avoid that place.
Don't spend your money.
Order Domino's later on in the day, or avoid Louis.
Yeah, it's bad.
I can't remember what I gave it. I think I gave it like a 4 or 5.
Yeah, around there had to be.
That's awful.
It's terrible.
Well, that's an easy number 1. Number 2. Again, this is not in order. Number 2, Men in Black. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. The ride's ass.
People might be getting a little tight here, Z.
I don't care. The ride is ass.
Yeah, it is.
It's old. Yep. It's not accurate.
No.
Right? I'll be shooting these aliens in the eyes, and somehow I still lose the game. I can be beating this person by 80,000 points, and all they have to do is press the red button at the end, and they gain 100,000 points and beat me.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
It's awful. It's
awful. It is. You take it out and put something else there.
Yeah, it's fine to maybe keep the theming of the ride, but it's change the ride. You know what I mean? Like, you could keep it as a shooting game, but I mean, it's just terrible. It's terrible.
It is.
I don't care what anybody says.
What's the rating out of 10?
I would just say like a 5.8.
5.8.
5.8.
I think I'd probably give like a 5.2.
Yeah, 5.8. So it bumps up to a 6. If we have the time, we'll do it. But Toy Story.
Sorry about Alexis' ass.
Yeah, Toy Story Mania all day over it.
All day.
All right, number 3, another ride. Don't even waste your time. Fast and Furious.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's easily top 5. That's
Yeah.
easy.
Don't waste your time. I don't care how much you love the movies. I don't care how much you love Paul Walker. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, it is disrespectful to Paul Walker of how shit that ride is. All you do is freaking sit on a bus in a theater and you're acting like you're driving down the highway. It's trash. It's so trash.
It's probably, out of all the rides I've ever been on, out of all the amusement parks I've been on, it's got to be a top 3 worst of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. So please, at all costs, avoid. Number 4. I'm going outside of the parks here. I'm going into City Walk. And where I'm going with this, I'm going for the Chocolate Emporium. If you're going there for dinner, go somewhere else. Yeah,
I remember Z went for dinner, man, and that freaking toilet seat was up all night.
Yeah, there it is. That has nothing to do with it. So here's the thing about the Chocolate Emporium. Is one, it looks great. It's a beautiful restaurant to look at. Yeah, they got some cool milkshakes you can order. Yeah, they got lots of dessert you can order. And that's good, right? But the food is overrated. The food is overpriced. It's impossible to get a reservation. Avoid. Go somewhere else. There's plenty of other options. You could even go outside of Universal. Chocolate Emporium is, quite frankly, a waste of time. Some people love it and good for them, but I don't know why Universal acts like this is a 5-star restaurant, because it's not.
It's not even close.
So Chocolate Emporium, bottom 5, easily. And lastly, honorable mention to the guest service, but I'm not going to put it in there because I know there are a lot of ones who do very well at guest service there. Credit to you guys, especially the ones who are watching. But lastly, I'm going to put this because I used to love them, but I don't anymore. I don't know what happened. As I started, as the years have gone on, I don't like doing it anymore. And that's the simulators. That's Spider-Man, Transformers, Jimmy Fallon. They're all the same thing. They're all the same thing.
I haven't even been on Fallon or the Transformers.
Yeah, you put the glasses on, you move left and right, you're looking at a screen, and you're going up and down.
You're waving high.
Yeah, you're waving high at Harry, even though he has no idea who you are. God, and that was a 50-year-old man, by the way.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
that was.
So I'm sorry, but I'm putting this in. But yeah, here we go. What kind of cup is this guy drinking out of?
It's a Sarah's ice cream cupsy.
Yeah, what's in there, Ed?
It's just water.
Just water. Well, so I put the simulators in there because, quite frankly, like I'll go on them if whoever I'm with wants to go.
It's not a bad pick, Z.
Yeah, no, I just don't like them. I don't like them. I get a headache. I get lightheaded. You know. So that's my bottom 5. So that's Ed and I's top and bottom 5 for Universal, in our opinions. Obviously, some of them are kind of the same. Let us know what you guys think.
Yep.
Ed and I go to Universal every time he's here because we love going. But we're going to quickly make this transition as we stay on the theme park theme and get into Disney.
Yeah.
Would you like for me to start off with the top 5 for Disney, Ed?
Yeah, you can't see.
All right. In case you guys don't know, I obviously don't work for the Universal anymore. I work for the Disney now. Oh, and the Marriott. But
the Marriott.
That's how it's pronounced.
It's Marriott, Z. Marriott.
It's pronounced Marriott, and look it up.
I've never heard anybody call it the Marriott.
That's what it's actually called.
Yeah. Well, then we might as well call Metcalf McLeaf.
Well, anyway, so if we're kind of making the transition to Disney, let us know what you guys think of our top and bottom 5 for Universal. Top and bottom 5 for Disney. I guess I'll hop into my top 5 right now.
Yep. Go ahead, Z.
Yeah. So top 5, it was tough. It was tough. And I went very specific with things. Very, very specific. Because there is a lot more to do at Disney than there is at Universal. Everybody knows that. One thing I did not put in either of these lists are resorts. That's just a little bit too much to go into it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's certain character dinings or some resorts that are just beautiful to stay at with water slides and whatever, but I'm not putting any resorts or anything in my top 5. I'm just talking about the theme parks alone. Top 5 at Disney. What are you looking at, then? This guy's biting his.
I'm looking at my list compared to yours.
All right, number one. I think this is a pretty good answer. Costs a good amount of money, but it's a good time, and that would be drinking and eating around the world in Epcot.
Yeah, that's definitely a great time. Absolutely.
Yep. I don't really need to go too much into that. I'm sure everybody has done it who's watching this video.
Yeah.
You try different drinks, try different foods. Who doesn't love doing that? I don't need to explain it any further on that.
Yep.
Number 2. It's not as good as it once was, but it's still a lot of fun to go to, and that's the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Yeah.
I think they toned it down a little bit. I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why, and
but yes, it's still a good time.
Sensitivity in this world.
Yeah, well, it's all over the place.
So Laugh Floor is always good. You get to sit down, you get to get an AC, get some good laughs. If you find one of the better shows, then it'll actually really be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Number two. Now, believe it or not, I'm not going to put Rock and Roll in here because I kind of expect for N to put in his. It's our number 1 ride. Ed and I've already said this, so I'm expecting N to put it in his. I don't know if he will, so I'm not putting it in mine.
Fair enough.
Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, it's got to be in there.
Z has been very high on this ride. I've not been on it yet.
Yeah, I've been on it like 2 or 3 times. Every time I've been on it, I went on it with Ajay and Rodolfo. They said it was like a 9.6. I mean, it's just an amazing ride, man. I mean, I don't know how I wouldn't be able to put it in my top 5.
Right.
So, moving on, number 4. I went a little different with this one. I haven't been able to do it, but I think it's pretty cool that Disney offers because we see it all the time. Freaking little wannabe Luke Skywalker, freaking little wannabe Kylo Ren.
Yep. Oh, it's real.
But I think it's a pretty cool thing they do, and that's how you could make your own lightsaber. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
You can design it your own way, your own color, your own handle, all that stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. I got to put that in the top 5, kind of like how I did with the Raptor encounter. Right. But lastly, I mean, how could I not put this in here? And again, I went very specific with this. Some of you thinking, oh, he's going to put Enchantment. If you're thinking that, then, I mean, please drown yourself.
Yeah, Enchantment.
Yeah, please.
Thank God it's gone.
Yeah. But lastly, N. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Lastly is number 5, the last ride of the day on the Tower of Terror.
That's a fantastic pick, Z. I will say that.
The last time and Kelsey were here, it was him, her, and I, and Michael and Spike on the ride, and everybody, and we had the best run of Tower of Terror ever.
Oh, ever. It wasn't even comparable. All the times Z and I have went on that, whether that was during the day or nighttime, yeah, it's fun. But that last selection before the night ends and the park closes, dude, there was freaking nothing like that. Everybody was going off.
Dude. I mean, there are probably, what would you say, like 15 people in there, 20 people?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Maybe not 20, maybe like 15.
Yeah.
And every single person was screaming their head off.
Oh, it was crazy.
Oh, man.
Everybody's coming out of the seats. And, yeah, it was freaking crazy, dude.
Yeah. So
that's a great pick, Z. Honestly, I didn't think about that. That you talk about thinking hard, thinking outside the box. That's a fantastic pick.
Yep. Thank you very much. So go ahead in on your top 5.
That really is. So Z has a pretty good top 5 there on Disney. Not one is inaccurate. Those are all accurate things you could put on a top 5 list. So for mine, I didn't really quite think like in the sense of outside the box on one or two of them like Z did, but a lot of them are really kind of straight to the point. Number 1, I put Epcot around the world. Again, this is not in a specific order, but Epcot around the world, trying different drinks, different food from different countries that they have set up around the park is awesome, very fun, and easily what Epcot is primarily kind of known for and what is their big kind of spectacle there. So that's number 1. Z had that on his list. Number 2, I'm putting Rock and Roller Coaster on there. Z knew I was probably going to put it on mine. That's our all-time favorite ride. Hopefully they stick with the Aerosmith theme. Who knows ultimately what they're going to do. Too bad it's going to be shut down while I'm there and while Kelsey and I are there, but it's fantastic on all ends. Had to put it on the list. Number 3, this is something that I kind of said a little bit like Universal, but again, with Disney, it's more gravitated toward Disney for sure. But each park, there's 4 Disney parks, all of them are different. And I appreciate that. Like that you can go to all 4 parks and you're going to get something different out of it. You're going to get not just, they have different rides, but in terms of theming, in terms of what the park is about, what's all there, the feel of the park, the look of the park, really everything on all ends. Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is like your childhood. It's Disney when you think of Disney. Animal Kingdom speaks for itself. Epcot, you've talked about. Hollywood Studios is you got a big Main Street and Toy Story Land, Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge and stuff like that there. So you're getting just different from every park. So you're not just going to one park and it's all the same thing. It's 4 different ones, whatever your preference, your taste is in that. I like that a lot. Number 4, I'm going to say Happily Ever After at Magic Kingdom. Happily Ever After at Magic. Yeah. Yep. So that's an honorable mention for Z. Happily Ever After at Magic Kingdom is probably the best fireworks show I've ever seen. And sadly, they got rid of it for Enchantment, and you had all the freaking, oh my God, this is so amazing. No, it's not. No, it's not. And then they finally brought back Happily Ever After.
Oh, Mickey. Oh, Mickey.
It's what they're doing, Z. You know it's what they're doing. It's a big worship service.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my God. But thankfully, they brought back... they brought back Happily Ever After, thankfully. Fantastic fireworks show, man. It really hits the heart and soul when it comes to your childhood. And lastly, but not least, this isn't a specific park thing in the park. But when you're at Disney, especially Magic Kingdom, man, the magic that's kind of there, as you're older, our age, a little bit older, even if you're slightly younger, like everything that's there, especially for Magic Kingdom base, man, it really hits the childhood heart. And I think that's one thing as to why Magic Kingdom is my favorite park at Disney, is just because you have what you grew up with. What we grew up with, right? Like we grew up with Toy Story, we grew up with Beauty and the Beast, we grew up with freaking all these different type of characters, movies from the 90s, Lion King from the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, and Jungle Book, freaking the list goes on and on. Incredibles, Aladdin, like that is a 90s kid, even an early 2000s kid type childhood from that aspect. And I think everything Magic Kingdom has to offer, in terms of what it's like there, for me, it's just different. Like, yeah, I prefer Universal over Disney, but it's just different when you're at Magic Kingdom, man. When you're approaching there, when you're on the ferry, you're approaching Magic Kingdom, you see Cinderella's castle, and just you already just feel like, dude, this is Disney right here. This is what I grew up with. And so to me, it kind of hits home for me a lot because I loved all that stuff growing up, man. Z has pretty much probably almost everybody that goes to that park has. So I think that's just a big thing about it, that's not a specific thing in the park, but the thing is, I feel like that's an experience for everybody.
Yeah.
When you're there, like that's not a specific thing that you go to or you do. It's just an emotional type experience for really everybody that has grown up with that or has had that type of attachment in their lives toward these Disney movies and these classic characters and stuff like that. And that's something I feel like pretty much everybody experiences. So that's my top 5.
And I think that was the biggest thing with them getting rid of Happily Ever After. I don't understand why anybody agreed with it, because because again, that whole show was every single movie from everyone's childhood. Oh, well, we got to make the show dedicated to Moana now. Like what?
Yeah, Moana.
Like, yeah, it's just awful. So
it is
out the door. See you later.
Yeah,
and bring back what truly the whole entire company is about. That old CEO, you freaking no hair, no eyebrows, no eyelashes. God,
what was that guy's name? Z
freaking Moonhead.
Moonhead.
God.
Oh my God, dude, freaking unbelievable.
Bob Chapek.
Yeah,
Bob Iger, we missed you.
Yeah,
we missed you.
Thankfully, Iger's back, but
yeah,
we see those are mine and Z's top 5s in terms of when it comes to Disney, and there's just because things that don't make the list for Universal and Disney. I mean, there's multiple other things we can say too, but that makes the list. Now, we're gonna go to top 5 worst. So, Z, if you want to take it away, top 5 worst things when it comes to Disney, the Disney parks. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I went very specific on these ones too. And I went very, very, very specific on these ones, like I did with the top 5. So let me hop right into it. Number 1, the Fast Pass / virtual line.
Yeah,
way too much of it. Way too much of it. It's impossible to get a Fast Pass. I don't know why you have to pay for it. It used to be you didn't have to pay for it. So I don't understand why. Like, just take it away. Please just take it away. Like, go back to what it originally was. Like, you had a Disney park ticket. You have it in your app, and then it just first come, first serve, man. It's a part of your. Not everything's got to cost money, Disney. Not everything's got to cost money, right?
Yep.
So get rid of freaking Genie Plus. I shouldn't have to be paying $15 per ride just to get.
Oh yeah, no, you're not wrong, Z. You're not wrong. I forgot about the Fast Pass problem.
No, so give me the Fast Pass. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry, someone was calling me.
Yep.
So yeah, number 1, Genie Plus. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know how you can agree with that. I don't think anybody will, because you don't have to pay money. Number 2, the parking. You park your car out in a lot that is blazing in the sun. At least one thing about Universal is they got a parking garage. Big W. W.
Right.
The parking is awful. It's a super far walk, no matter where you park. And like I feel like half the time that we pull up, they and why do they start from the back to the front? If I'm coming first, why am I parking all the way in the back?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, no, the parking's terrible. It's terrible.
Think about it. D and Net used to be a part of that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, networking parking.
This would be her.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, it's just amazing.
This is great. that.
Oh my god. Fantastic on all levels. All right, part number 3. Z, what's number 3?
Number 3, Jungle Cruise.
The Jungle Cruise.
The
Which
Jungle
one's that one?
Cruise. That's the one at Magic Kingdom that is old as balls.
Have we been on that?
And no.
That's
No.
why. I don't even know what the heck it was.
And people watching this will probably know. The only way you'll agree with me is if you're part of the Disney cult. It's terrible.
Yeah.
You get on a boat and you go through the jungle or whatever. You see fake animals, you see fake animatronics. You have somebody on the boat who's talking on and like through an intercom, and you can barely hear them. And they crack jokes. It's funny. Yeah, it's not funny at all.
Yeah.
You're crammed in there like a bunch of sardines. No. Get out of here. Jungle Cruise, waste of my time. I'd rather sit down on the bench and fall asleep for an hour. That's what I'd rather do.
Z hates the Jungle Cruise, everybody.
Yeah. Moving on to number 4. Another ride that pisses me off because when you're standing on it and everyone's in line, we're gonna get so wet. Let's put on the freaking what the hell is that thing? The poncho. Like, oh my god, I'm so scared to get wet. You don't get wet. Kelly River Rapids, Animal Kingdom, you don't get wet.
Yep.
God, like, it's fun, but stop acting like you're getting dunked under the ocean.
I think Sam disagrees.
Well, Sam's gonna disagree, of course. But yeah, no. I mean, if you're going on that to cool off, then guess what? You might get a little breeze. You might get a little mist. You're not getting wet.
Yeah. Imagine wearing a poncho on that.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
Is.
I mean, you're just a disgrace if you're wearing a poncho anyway. So, I mean, why are you even on the ride? All right, and lastly, I'm sticking in Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom on a hot day, awful.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
No, man.
Miserable.
No, it's freaking swamp ass left and right.
It is. How many asses do you think smells Z during that day?
And I mean, I would say about 98% of the park. I mean, there's nowhere to go inside. God, there's nowhere to go inside.
No.
There's nowhere to cool off. I get it.
No.
Oh, it's part of the theming. It's like a zoo. You're outdoors. I get it. All right. But on a hot day, avoid at all costs. All right. Unless you're from Arizona or you're from Texas or something and you love the heat. Yeah, no. Avoid. Because guess what? No matter what you're wearing, yeah, your freaking balls are gonna be sweating, your eyebrows are gonna be sweating. Nate's ass is gonna be freaking just dripping.
Yep.
Terrible.
It has, Z. It has. It really has. It's not a bad top 5. There's not one thing wrong with that list at all. All 5 are very accurate.
Yep. So that's my top 5.
When it comes to my top 5, honestly, I would say there isn't one thing park specific. So number 1,
here we go.
I'm gonna say the pricing. I think the pricing when it comes down to Disney is absolutely atrocity. I think when it comes down to resorts, I think when it comes down to parks, when it comes to merchandise, I think is absolutely an atrocity. It has nothing to do with inflation. It has nothing to do with anything. Disney has always been this way.
Yep.
And it's honestly just not affordable at all. And it's not like, it should be like necessarily a cheap trip or anything like that. It's Disney and all things included, but still, like it's pretty freaking ridiculous.
Yeah. So, it is expensive.
Everything, yeah. Oh, well, everything's gonna be money. So, number 2, I'm saying the reservations. The reservations when it comes to the park, and if you're somebody getting tickets for Disney, rather than it just being all right, you're seeing, what park you want to go to and what time you want to do that, and getting tickets and stuff like that. You got to have reservations. You got to have things in place ahead of time to get yourself into the parks, and I think has honestly been a hindrance.
Yeah.
So number 3, the sensitivity that comes around Disney. When it comes to sensitivity, all you got to do is look at the company. All you got to do is look around the parks. Oh, Snow White's got a wiener. Yeah. It's all you got to look at, dude. It's all you got to look at. So the sensitivity is absolutely terrible. You have people who are just so so Disney biased. Anything that you say negative about Disney makes somebody really tear up. Really, it's bathroom time. It's grab a thing of a tissue, and it's just sad. It is. It's just sad from people that work there, from people that go there, that live and breathe Disney, the Disney cult. You know who you are. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Number 4, when you're at the parks, I'm gonna say the line movement. They don't keep anybody moving. You're standing there, you're sweating bullets. There's no interaction. There's nothing to kind of keep you occupied. Rather, when you're at Universal, they keep you moving. They got theming. They got stuff going on in terms of around you a lot of times that kind of, get you watching something or whatever the case is. No, at Disney, it's just you're standing there in line and you're just waiting until half an hour later till you take a step forward. So they just do it. And Z, you agree. They do a bad job at keeping the lines going.
I always agree.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And number 5 is the workers. Not number 5. Number 5 is the workers. Not all of them, but number 5 is the workers in the sense of where everything that Disney does is perfect. That if you approach a worker, you see a worker there, they just get on their knees to Mickey and Goofy and, and not just everything's perfect. Just everything's absolutely perfect. So workers and it's not saying the workers are rude. It's just saying that it's just so happy. They're just so happy go lucky because the parks are so perfect. Everything's just so perfectly set in place with the parks. The hours of operation are great. Parking's great. Food's great. Pricing's great. Merchandise is fantastic. The rides are just fantastic. These are the people that are workers on their off days, go to Disney, that are there at 8, 9 o'clock when the doors open, are there when doors close. So it's just not really ideal. It's not really ideal. And it's not all the workers. It's not saying like a lot of Disney workers are rude or anything. It's the lifestyle, the worship of Mickey Mouse. It's just a little concerning. So, that's my top 5. Yeah, that's my top 5.
Here's the thing. I just want to make sure I throw a disclaimer out there that like I said, I work for Disney. Please don't fire me. I did not agree with anything he just said. So I work for Disney. I love working for Disney. I enjoy getting the parks. Thank you for paying for my schooling. I'm grateful for everything.
Yeah, here it comes.
So I want to make sure I get that out there. So you see me laughing. I'm just gonna leave it there. But
well, yeah. How about you guys know what Z is off stream? So.
Everybody's different outside of work, and
well, did I say anything wrong there?
No, you did not. Yeah, well,
yeah, pricing, reservations, sensitivity from the company, sensitivity from people that are just way too overboard. You see at the parks, from workers to guests, you see it. It's just sometimes these people are just way too overboard with things. The lines moving, and then like I said with the workers, not that the workers are bad, not that they don't do a good job. It's just like, dude, it's the ones that just live and breathe it. It's the ones that go off on their off day. Like I just don't know how they do it, and it's concerning.
Yeah.
It's concerning. It's scary.
I work at Space Mountain. I worked 45 hours this week, and now my off day, I'm going on Space Mountain. You know what I mean? It's just like, if that's your lifestyle, cool. But I mean, but I don't know how they do it. Wow. So that's Ed and I's top 5 and bottom 5 for Disney. We also did for Universal. We're coming up on an hour, so we kind of hit our goal. If you guys liked our list, then let us know.
Anything you disagree with, let us know. Or if you guys have things from your own experiences, you've been there that you want to put in that you'd put on a list of top 5, good or bad, let us know. And that's the thing. We love Universal. We love Disney. We enjoy it every time that we go. Every time. Really, when it comes down to Disney, though, there's really specific things that are a turnoff when it comes down to it. And you have pricing, you have greediness, you have how they are in terms of sensitivity when it comes to their guests, when it comes to some workers, when it comes to how they function as a company and what they stand for, what they don't stand for. Like, I don't really agree with it. And it was at a point where it was turning me off. Z, I'm not gonna lie, it was turning me off away. It was turning me off from it. Like, I'd still go and still enjoy myself.
You're not the only one, in. You're not the only one.
Yeah. So that's what I mean when it comes to sensitivity, when it comes to the workers there, stuff like that. There's stuff like that in play that are just like, okay, it could be better in terms of other things, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You can't please everybody.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, like Ken said, we do enjoy going. We do enjoy going to Universal and Disney, all parks. We've gone there for years. We're very experienced. We know what we're doing.
Yep.
So, we're grateful to get in, but we have a right to voice our opinion. And
yeah, yes, we do, Z, and that's why not one thing in this video is gonna be edited.
Well, yeah, so that's kind of it. Thank you, Disney, for employing me. Thank you for everything you gave me. I just want to make sure I throw that out there so I don't get terminated.
Yeah, so you don't get terminated. Z, they won't be watching. Trust me, they won't be watching.
I know they won't.
Yeah. So,
but
yeah, guys. So that's what we wanted to do. Episode 10. We will have an episode 11 come out before. We'll probably have it come out Monday. We'll probably have it come out Monday or Tuesday, the 11th or the 10th of this month. So if you guys are interested, check into that. And again, any suggestions? Nobody's done this yet, but any suggestions you guys might have to put in the comment section of what we would what you would like for us to talk about, feel free. We like to talk about a variety of things: sports, entertainment, video games. Obviously, this is our second time we've talked about Disney, Universal, all different stuff. We'll even be getting into even just life-based stuff as time goes on. We'll be doing some live streams the more we gain subs and stuff like that. So hit the sub, guys. Hit the like if you have not. 3 away from 50. So we're trying to grow this. We'd love to get you guys involved in the show, but we have to hit a certain benchmark first before we really start to do that. So we appreciate that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode, found some entertainment. And Z, is there anything you'd like to end on here?
Well, and you're not making a tradition where I ended on a certain quote.
Right.
And we're making this a tradition.
Yeah.
But
well, guys, I don't think the tradition is going to continue today. I'm just kidding, Z. Go ahead.
You're hilarious, then.
Go ahead, Z. Come on. I know that freaking head is scalding cold.
So the lesson for today, guys, the quote for today, I try to say it in a calm, cool demeanor, and's got to say some smart ass remark to ruin the moment. But
we'll
today, yeah, thank you very much.
Go ahead, see, I didn't stop it. Go ahead.
I know you didn't stop it, and the freaking recording is still going.
I never know with you. You can't even double knot your shoes.
And there it is. Well, looks like I'm not saying my quote tonight.
You gotta say it, Z. You gotta say it. The recording's still going.
This guy's freaking choking on ice.
You gotta say it, Z. Come on.
All right, guys. The last thing I'm ending on is some people in your life are either going to be a blessing or a lesson. And remember that for the rest of the week.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys on Monday
or Tuesday. So you guys heard it here, guys. You guys heard Z's quote. Keep it on your hearts. It's honestly a reality at the end of the day. But again, we appreciate your support. I did not cut Z off again for the second week in a row. I told him he wanted to have a message to end every episode going forward, and I'm letting him do that. So
this is our show. It's not yours. This is our show. Yep. It's not yours.
Yep. It is our show. It is our show, and that's exactly why I let him do his messages that he wants to say. So, but nonetheless, it honestly is hilarious when I go to cut him off. So all you guys got to know is the egg is not boiling. The egg is the egg is pretty cold. It is a cold day for the egghead. So thank you guys for your support. We will see you on Monday or Tuesday. Thank you.